Morning, y'all. So I guess I'll just call this like a get ready with me, like get up with me. I don't know. Just some things that I regularly do in the morning. I actually have an appointment today, so no coffee because I don't need the extra caffeine in my system. So it's looking like water or non-caffeinated tea today. So I'm gonna get myself some tea. So, good morning. I just wanted to hop on and just kind of show some things that I do in the morning to get the day going. These are just habits that I really try to do my best to build because I know that they'll help me. And they'll make it easier for the both of us. It is currently 7:24. I have a meeting at 8 a.m. because I do work remote full time. And I guess I could have started at 5 when I got up, but I just didn't feel like putting the camera on. I wanted to casually walk outside in the darkness, in silence, just to chill out. I woke up to the vacuum and I was just like, the vacuum doesn't go off till 7:30. Like, if it's 7:30, I'm behind. So it wasn't 7:30, it was 5:32. And then by that time, I was already up. I know y'all saw Rocky walk by. Outside? You wanna go outside? Okay. I'm gonna go take her outside real quick. Okay, I am back. And I gotta go sanitize some things because I touched the camera that I touched with food and I touched the doorknob, so BRB. And I can't stop the camera. Okay, I am back. Clean hands. I'm just gonna wipe the camera. Oh, I can smell. 1 second, guys. Okay, now we got the vacuum starting. Cool. Woosah. Cause y'all are not gonna catch me masking about being frustrated about that. But basically, I went outside to throw away some compost because it was just sitting out. It was that one that I had took out. And I had opened up, so I have a green bin where I put all my green materials, and then I have a brown bin where I put all my dry materials. And when I tell you my green bin with my green materials for my compost is ripe, it's ripe. And the ball of funk that came out of like my green material compost portion was just like a ball of funk. And the smell kind of like just lingered in my nose. So then I went to like open the windows and wash my hands again, and it was a whole thing. And then I was just talking about how the vacuum woke me up because I thought it was 7:30, and then boom, the vacuum turns on because it actually is 7:30. But we're here now. Life. But now I'm just getting my coffee, and I am going to get a burrito for breakfast this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna get a burrito for breakfast this morning. And then I'm also going to look over at the weekly menu. Oh, you probably can't. I don't think you can see the writing on it too well. But now I'm just gonna look over at the weekly menu to see if there's any meat I need to take out or anything like that. I can see that we are having some adobo rice, and from the recipe that we're using, that is some beef. So I could probably do one or two things right now. I can start some no-knead bread, or I can like chop up that beef. So I'm gonna go ahead and add those things to my list. So these are just things that you could just be thinking about and the way that it actually happens, instead of just giving you a pointer of, well, this and this. Like, I want things to work for you in life. So I'm just trying to show you some of my thought processes. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get to getting. Okay, so the rest of the action is gonna be taking place over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work. I have a meeting at 8 a.m. I have a meeting every day at 8 a.m. Well, every weekday at 8 a.m. So I just need to be prepared for that. So now I'm just gonna put up some dishes. And honestly, I really just want my type of videos to be those type of videos that you just, you need a little bit of motivation. You're trying to figure out some different ways of, dang, she's always cooking. How does she just stay on top? How do they stay on top of their kitchen? How do they do all this? First of all, I have a lot of help. My fiance helps me, but these are also things that I can do to help us, especially with me being blessed to be able to work from home. So just going through, putting things away. What are some tips that I really want to know? I really love understanding how other kitchens operate. Just because it just gives insight and gives ideas for things that I could potentially do. I love to run and maintain a well-oiled system. Systems engineer, yeah. I like to run and maintain a well-oiled system, and well-oiled systems have regular maintenance. So I don't have a set schedule that says, oh, every 1 week I need to do this, every 2 weeks I need to do this, every 6 months I have to do this. We do have things like that specifically for like filters, but if you see it needs to be done and it takes less than a minute, do it. Just do it. That is the biggest thing that that's the biggest advice that I could really give, is don't wait to do it. Just go ahead and get it out the way, because I would rather have a longer consecutive time of not having to do something. And I know by me doing these few things in the morning, I won't even be thinking about them later in the day. It won't be taking up any mental space. And it's also a great way to just feel like you accomplished something in the morning. Like, I feel like that's a huge reason that I just go ahead and make up the bed. It's so small, but it's such a great kickoff with this one small accomplishment in the morning. I made bed. If I do nothing else, probably gonna make the bed. So building those atomic habits is really important. I need to finish reading that book. I'm not such a reader. YouTube can be so weird. Social media can be so weird because I'm in my kitchen talking to myself. The way my stomach, I need something in my belly, and that tea does not taste good. I had a bagel, I had a biscuit, no, I had a burrito yesterday. I'm gonna do a bagel today. So I absolutely love these breakfast bagels, right? So, I'll make a pretty large batch of bagels and I'll freeze them. And my fiance loves, what is it called? Blueberry bagels. So I made him some blueberry bagels and I froze those and he takes those to work. But here's the bagels frozen. And I'm just gonna let it heat up in the oven all together. Oven, toaster. I don't know why I do this. I started off putting these in the oven and then Anthony was like, just put it in the toaster. It'll melt quicker like that. And it's less stuff that you have to do. I was like, wow. I've always put my bagels in the toaster. Why did I put them in the oven? And that's all I got to do for a good piece of the breakfast. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this meat out. Anthony set out to thaw at the beginning of the week. And I'm going to go ahead and chop up. Well, I'm just really going to set this out so I remember, okay, in the next hour, I need to chop this up. Because sometimes when you don't see it, you kind of forget about it. A lemon. I need a lemon. I may use up the rest of, not Aunt, let the eighth. He left like an eighth of that's an eighth, right? This was a quarter and then he cut the quarter in half. 16? I don't know, guys. I'm not good with mental math. 4 divided, But hopefully this lemon does what I need it to. And then lemon peels. Absolutely love citrus. Citrus is so versatile. So I could toss this in the decomposer to get a little bit of smell good in the sink. I could toss this in the dehydrator and I could just have potpourri, or I could use that same dehydrated citrus peel to like put in a pot like people will do with Fabuloso and just boil it with some water, and that's a really natural and nice smelling, smell good. Or I could blend up that same dehydrated citrus, mix it with a little bit of like water and honey, and now it's a face mask that like helps brighten your face. Let's see. You can take citrus pills and you could cover them with a whole bunch of sugar, just like a real thick thing of sugar. And then you could get a citrus, insert your citrus, a citrus syrup. So love citrus. Or you could just compost it. But what I'm gonna do today, yeah. But what do y'all do with y'all citrus? I really want to know. I don't even know if anybody is watching this. If you're watching this out there, give me a follow maybe. I don't know. I really like doing this for like the documentation process. And I think it's also really just exciting to share knowledge, because knowledge is honestly power. Put a little power in your hand today, because at the end of the day, when you come onto my page, I really just want you to learn how to be in control of your kitchen, tame your kitchen, know how to be on top of it, figure out things to stay on top of it. But that organization piece is really key as well. Let's see. Okay, so now we are able to move in a bit closer. So this is that chicken tortilla soup that I had made. And we are not going to get through all of it, which was expected. So I'm just going to freeze the rest of this. And before I get into it, I am going to try to pull out as many of the bones as I possibly can. And since those bones are likely already done with its broth making abilities, I'm just going to toss the bones, because we do not compost bones at this location. You can compost bones, but to keep the smell down, it's best not to. Smell and mice down. What am I looking for? I want a separate plate to put the bones on. Back it up. There we go. Is it gonna focus? There you go. So just taking the bones out, taking as much of the meat off as possible. But this is really one of those ways that, like, this to me is self-care. Because I feel like I'm taking care of myself for those days where I don't feel like taking care of myself. And I say it like that because some days I just don't have an appetite and I don't have the energy to cook. And that's okay. You don't need to feel like you need to be some superwoman cooking every single day, doing all these different things, and you're pouring into all these other people's cups, and you're not pouring into your own cup. Sorry, that was kind of a tangent, but not. But do things to look out for your future self, whether it's food, whether it's saving. And something else that I've learned about this lifestyle, I don't think that's all the bones. Something else that I've learned about this lifestyle is there's a lot of ladies that cook large meals like this and then freeze them up like this as like personal insurance. Say, Yahweh forbid, one loses their job. Well, at least the food's covered. Bills might be iffy, but the food is the last thing that they're going to be worrying about. I keep getting my fingertips dirty. So I am just going to freeze this tortilla soup up for a day that I don't feel like cooking, I am kind of tempted to add some of that pasta, some of this pasta up here, these noodles up here, for like a ready-made chicken noodle soup. Ooh. I think that would be really nice, and I would probably really appreciate it. And no, I'm not looking forward to getting sick, but who looks forward to getting sick? So you just prepare, just in case. But this insurance isn't so bad. I like this type of insurance. I'm so pleased. There's like, so with this soup, I was able to really like just maximize on my freezer and pantry. It was so nice. So I had some leg quarters that were just sitting in there in the freezer. I had some carrots and celery and onions that I had chopped up myself because I was worried that they were about to go bad. I had some beans in the pantry, and then I had the bone and a little bit of bone broth left to put into that crock pot. And that's making some meals for us. Like each of these containers that you see, that's a meal. Like and then sometimes we just pour this over some rice. So that means you need even less of the juice. So I like cooking like this. I'm happy that we're blessed to have the space to be able to store food like this. So I'm going to do what I can to maximize on it. And then the other thing that I like is that if I had some better, sometimes I feel like these containers are just a tad flimsy, because I would really love the opportunity to make actually I probably could. I just got to be careful with it. I'm probably going to make like a stew with rice or something, and put them in containers like this, and like hopefully one day pass them out to the homeless, because we are really blessed with the amount of food that we have. And I would love the opportunity to be able to help in my local community via food. That'd be fun. Just gonna go ahead and pour the rest of this in. And then right when I'm done pouring this, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it out immediately. The quicker you rinse things off, the harder it is for it to stick on there, and the easier it is for you to clean it come time. You don't need to make your hot water heater work. You just need the pressure of water, or just the presence of water. So I am just going to cover all these. Ooh, I think it's going to do half and half. So these are some noodles that I actually made. Yeah, these are noodles that I've made using my KitchenAid pasta extruder. And I'm just gonna make some of these like a chicken noodle soup. So I'm just gonna toss in some of these noodles. So when, oh no. So when I make these, when I'm thawing them out, when I'm cooking them, they'll be able to cook while it's like thawing out. So I also, in homemade pasta, it doesn't take much for it to get mushy for me. So I'm just gonna put this back away. It is 7:55. I have a meeting in 5 minutes. My computer is already set up. I just need to, I want to stir these up just a little bit. And since I'm over here, I'm going to go ahead and get this Sharpie. And soon enough, get this day on the road. And I'm really just trying to make sure that all the noodles are at least like wet, or in most are submerged. So like that's a conditional statement that has a lot of overlap. Okay. So noodle ones are done. And I got these off of Amazon. Yes, girl, they got them on Amazon. So, chicken. Ooh, and I can't even think of like a shorthand. So I'm writing out chicken tortilla soup on all of these. Because like if I did a shorthand, it would be something that I need to remember. And I just, chick tor soup with noodles. With noodles. Chicken. So close. Almost done. Okay. It is 7:57. It is like a countdown. Because now I need to get these all closed up and in the freezer before that time. And I got to do it carefully because these are not frozen yet. And I don't want everything to just be sloshing around, you know? But find different ways to try to make things work for you. And there's so many different examples that I can just show you casually in the kitchen, because not everything just works so cleanly as a list. And I'd rather show you in action. These are things that I do, and this is what it looks like doing them. And these are the different thought processes that occur while I'm doing them. And now that I'm done wrapping up all of these, I am going to go ahead and get these over to the freezer. And it is 7:59. Oh my goodness. We're going to make it though. So I'll go ahead and do closings. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really do appreciate y'all. I'm about to go ahead and get on my meeting for the morning, and I'll probably follow up later with another video tomorrow. I don't know where the camera is, but bye.